At 54 years old, Samuel Benman had stopped smiling. Not because he didn't want to, but because he was afraid of what people would see. He used to be the kind of man who filled every room he walked into. The one cracking jokes at the dinner table, shaking with laughter. Pulling people in with the kind of warmth that made you feel like everything was going to be okay. After decades of working hard, he had one dream for his retirement. Big backyard barbecues. His grandchildren running around his feet, maybe even a little stand-up comedy on the side. He just loved having people around him, but somewhere along the way, that man disappeared. It started with his gums. A little bleeding here, a little soreness there. He figured it was stress. He brushed more. He flossed religiously. He went to the dentist every 6 months without fail. And still, things got worse. His breath became something he could no longer ignore. And neither could the people around him. During family dinners, he quietly moved to the corner of the table. His wife had stopped kissing him on the lips. His grandchildren still ran to him, but he turned his face away when they got close, afraid of what they might smell, afraid of what they might think. One of his teeth had started to move. He could feel it when he chewed, so he stopped chewing. He lived on pureed food and soft things he could swallow without pressure. His worst fear, one he barely admitted to himself, was that the tooth would come loose in the night, and he would choke on it in his sleep. He had tried everything. Deep cleanings, antibiotics, prescription rinses that burned his mouth for days, supplements, sprays, herbal teas. 8 different specialists over 5 years. Each one ran their tests, shook their head, and sent him home with a different version of the same answer. Manage it, maintain it, accept it. One told him flatly, either save up for implants, prepare for dentures. Dentures. At 54 years old, he stopped going to barbecues. He stopped telling jokes. He stopped laughing. The man who had never known a stranger in his life was now eating alone, sleeping badly, waking up with headaches, and a brain that felt like it was wrapped in fog. His sinuses were always blocked. He could barely breathe through his nose. He had panic attacks. He was depressed. And the worst part, most of the doctors he saw didn't take his pain seriously. It was just gum disease after all. Not a heart attack. Not a tumor, just his mouth. When he walked into the office of Dr. Drew Sutton, a board-certified otolaryngologist with more than 30 years of experience in head and neck surgery, Samuel was the 9th specialist he had visited. There was almost no hope left in his eyes. Dr. Sutton could see immediately that Samuel's problems ran much deeper than anyone had acknowledged. The gum disease was severe, the worst he had seen in his career. But what caught his attention was something else entirely: the pattern, the allergies, the clogged sinuses, the insomnia, the brain fog, the headaches. They had all appeared after the gum problems began. Leave a comment below telling us where you're watching from, and if you know someone who has been through something like this, share this video with them. It might change their life. Dr. Sutton spent weeks buried in research, chasing a question that no one seemed to be asking. What if the mouth was not just a symptom, but the source? He kept coming back to a study that had quietly been changing the way scientists understood dental disease. The Journal of the American Dental Association had published findings that turned the conventional wisdom upside down. Gum disease, the researchers found, was not caused by too many bad bacteria. It was caused by too few good ones. The mouth, like the gut, has its own microbiome, a vast, complex ecosystem of bacterial strains that, when healthy and diverse, form the immune system of the oral cavity. These good bacteria transport minerals from saliva to the teeth, carry oxygen to the gum tissue, eliminate waste products, protect against harmful organisms, and regulate the acidity levels in the mouth. Without them, the mouth becomes defenseless. And here was the part that stunned Dr. Sutton most. The very products people use every day to protect their teeth are the ones destroying that ecosystem. Most major toothpaste brands contain sodium lauryl sulfate, the same detergent used in industrial cleaning products. Many contain sodium fluoride, artificial color dyes derived from coal tar, propylene glycol, and compounds like diethylene. Mouthwashes marketed as germ-killing contain chlorhexidine, an agent so aggressive that a 2020 study found it increases acidity levels in the mouth and raises the risk of elevated blood pressure in healthy users. These chemicals do not discriminate. They wipe out the bad bacteria, and they wipe out the good bacteria too. Then they do it again tomorrow morning. And again the next day. The good bacteria never has a chance to recover. Every time you swallow, you seed your gastrointestinal tract with 140 billion bacteria per day from your mouth. When your oral microbiome is destroyed, what travels down into your gut, your respiratory tract, your sinuses, and eventually your bloodstream is not a healthy, diverse ecosystem, it is chaos. Scientists at São Paulo State University, the University of Otago in New Zealand, and Harvard University have all published research connecting poor oral flora to systemic inflammation, respiratory infections, sinusitis, memory disorders, and metabolic disruption. A 2009 study found that over 98% of women with obesity shared similar disrupted oral microbiomes. This was Samuel's puzzle, finally solved. His sinuses, his brain fog, his insomnia, his panic attacks, they were not separate problems. They were all downstream of the same root cause, a mouth stripped of its defenses, left open to invasion, seeding damage through his entire body with every swallow. The solution, Dr. Sutton concluded, was not to kill more bacteria. It was to rebuild the ones that had been lost. He assembled a team of researchers and chemists and spent defying the most potent, clinically validated bacterial strains for oral health, strains that had been tested in tens of clinical trials, validated across thousands of patients, and proven to rebuild the gum microbiome from the inside out. The critical insight was delivery. Probiotics taken in pill form are mostly destroyed by saliva and stomach acid before they ever reach the gum tissue. The strains needed to be delivered directly into the mouth, where they could activate on contact with saliva and begin colonizing immediately. The format they developed was a soft, sugar-free, mineral probiotic tablet designed to melt slowly in the mouth, releasing the bacterial strains directly into the oral cavity where they were needed most. Samuel was the first to try it. One tablet every morning after brushing, let it melt. That was all. The first few days, nothing. Then one morning he called the office. He had woken up and there was no blood on his toothbrush, not even a pinkish tinge. Over the following days, the miracle messages started coming in, plaque disappearing, teeth looking whiter. And then the moment he had not dared to hope for, he pressed gently on the tooth that had been moving for years and did not move. It was solid. It was his sinuses cleared. He started sleeping through the night. The brain fog lifted. His breath, the thing that had stolen his life. One family dinner at a time was gone. Samuel Benman went back to hosting barbecues. He went back to telling jokes. He went back to laughing, the kind of laugh that shakes the whole room. He picked up his grandchildren and held them close and let them see his face, his real face, without fear. He calls it his shark teeth now, and he tells everyone who will listen. If you want to learn more about how to restore your oral microbiome and give your gums and teeth the environment they need to heal, the link is in the first pinned comment below.